YouTube. Okay, guys, so I'm on both channels. Just give me a second. Okay, so welcome to the first ever episode of Sembang Santai, which basically means just to hang out and talk. So the overall feel and the overall, I guess, intention of all of this live episodes is going to be very laid back. It's going to be very chilled. It's going to be very. It's just going to be an open conversation between me and you guys. Okay, so you can type out in the comment section something. At least I know I'm actually talking to someone. If not, just I guess enjoy the show. So I guess the whole format moving forward is that I'm going to have daily live sessions. And I think you guys kind of know the motivation why. When we saw some of my, some of my prediction on certain stock movements, it actually happened. And I was a bit frustrated with the whole thing. I think with the reason being, every time when I have an idea, when I come up with an episode eventually, it'll probably be 1 or 2 months down the road. And by which time, the idea which I initially had in my head with regards to buying and selling some stocks, by the time I present it, the market would already have moved. So it will not give us that much of advantage. So like life, the market is also very dynamic. In fact, it's super dynamic. So if we do not take advantage of certain positions, or if I don't give you guys the ideas if I don't give you guys the ideas soon, what's going to happen is that every time when I give the idea, it's going to be a laggard idea. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm having live episodes, just to share, and hopefully we can come up with good ideas, and from these good ideas we can actually eventually make good decisions. And my whole intentions for all of this is for you guys to have a successful investment journey, a successful entrepreneurial journey, a successful, productive journey, okay? So that's the whole channel. And okay, so with regards to what I was going to say, sorry about the small little introduction. So Sembang Santai 1, what are we going to talk about today? So the episode which I penned down today was talking about how thoughts can result to action, and how action can result to habit, and how habit can result to results. Okay. So I remember reading this quote many years ago, and to that I knew that quote resonated. I knew that the quote made sense, but I just didn't know in what context. So every time when I get new information, I will always like to think about it and also analyze it. Since I'm an analyst and all, I love to look at things, see whether it makes sense, and then bring it to my consciousness and maybe act on it. So so after reading that particular quote, I remember going to the office, right? And I remembered looking at two people. And one of them is my colleague. She has this skill, or she has this ability that within every couple of months, there'll be an office drama around her. It will be either bosses bullying her. It will maybe be she didn't get a promotion. It could be maybe colleagues backbiting her, or it could be someone playing politics not to her favor. And I realized after my interaction with her, as you guys know, my last job, I worked for about 15 years. A lot of drama seems to be attracted in her situation, or in her life. And I was always wondering, I said, how can bad drama always happen to the same person? How can one person have so much of unfortunate luck? And then I remembered shifting my attention to another one of my friends. This one of my friends is quite a successful entrepreneur. And I noticed that he will attract things like positive things into his life Like number one, he will attract businesses. So when he first started his business, he was a college dropout. When he first started, I remember he did a website business. And that website business, I remembered him telling me, he said that he got, how he was so excited getting his first client, his second client. And eventually he got so many clients, he just couldn't cope. And then after that, I remember talking to him after maybe 1 or 2 years down the road. He had a joint venture with another person. And to that, he was talking about how he's going to get like nice cars. At that point in time, we were still in his Kanchil car, and we were just driving around. And he was still struggling, you know. But in his mind, he always had this idea, or he always had this thought that things will always be better, you know, despite all circumstances, despite all the negativity that's happening around. He believes that things could get better. So. And to that, I always sat back and I always wondered, would things get better for him? So eventually what happened was I met him quite recently, about maybe a couple of months back. And he was telling me how he got his college dropout. We have to remember this, right? Right now he's working in Petronas, and he is earning between 30 to 40,000 ringgit. And when he told me that how much he was earning for a college dropout, I actually almost fell off my chair, you know. And it goes to show that he attracted all of this into his life. So over here, what I want to say is what I've read today and what I've seen all around me, it gave me this particular thesis whereby it could, some may call it law of attraction, where our thoughts can lead to our actions, can lead to our habits, can lead to our results. So we have to think about it. Let me just break it down even further. So every day when I wake up, or every day when you wake up, what's the first few thoughts which comes into your head? Remember, small little actions will lead to habits, and habits will lead to your results. So you have to ask yourself, look around to yourself and see what things are not doing too well in your life, and you ask yourself, how could I actually even change this? And if you don't like certain results in your life, or if you don't like how certain things are happening, maybe we should start by changing our thoughts. By changing our thoughts, we will start taking the small little actions that will help us give better results. And remember, once we form a habit, it is so easy. You wake up in the morning, it comes automatically, and I want that for all of us. So I guess in this Sembang Santai session, like I said, it's going to be off the cuff, and you can kind of tell I was struggling this morning with, I guess, the technical setup and whatnot. In fact, I think my phone almost is dying for my Facebook session. So like I said, this is the end of the episode, and if you have any question, please do ask. I'll be waiting for the next, I guess, couple of seconds. Okay, so no questions out there. Again, it's going to start out slow, but it's going to get better. At least I'm telling that to myself. And the whole intention of me taking these small little actions on a daily basis is to help you guys improve your guys' investment decisions. Like I said, I grew up in rural Malaysia. We didn't have much. Looking at my aunts and uncles struggle with their financial decisions and take, I guess, the whole thing of it all is we weren't educated in financial literacy. And when we are not educated in financial literacy, our actions tend to, I guess, reflect the level of education we had. And a lot of my aunts and uncles, at the time they should retire, they're still working, and it's really painful for me to see them asking their nieces and nephews for some financial support. So this whole basis of the channel is I want to go out there, I want to share as much on a daily basis, and I hope you guys found this useful. If you have found this useful, give me a thumbs up on the live session. If not, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. And with that, welcome to Sembang Santai nombor 1, dan hopefully I'll see you in Sembang Santai nombor 2, which is translated in English. Welcome to the first session of Talking Among Friends, and I hope that we can hang out next session and share better ideas. With that, guys, take care. Have a great morning. And always remember, it's this over here. It's our thoughts that will help eventually give our results. Remember what is going through our heads today, right now. And if you are conscious about, what certain things are not so good in our lives, look at our thought process. Okay, guys. Thank you.